So now that we've done stage one, I want to come back and help you and walk you through how you can fill out the breaking into product management blueprint. The first thing you want to do is you want to identify your current stage. You want to start figuring out what stage you're at. Are you an explorer? Are you an apprentice? Are you an official PM? Are you a candidate, or are you a new PM? Figure out where you are. And what you want to do is you might touch multiple stages, and that's fine. You might be like half an explorer, half an apprentice. So what you do is you go through this stage and you tick off all the stuff that you've done already. And then the stage where you have the least amount of things that are done. So if you imagine if you completed all this stuff, right? But you haven't completed all this stuff just yet. So the stage that you're in with the least amount of completion is the stage that you're at. That is it. And you don't have to be a perfectionist about it. It's about progress. So there's a few things that you can skip. If you don't think that's relevant, you can skip it. If you think that things are missing, you can customize it. So once that's done, figure out what stage you're at, then understand the mindsets and the development areas across each of these stages. So the mindsets are here. So make sure that you follow the mindsets in here, which is you're curious, but you don't know where to start. As opposed to an apprentice, you're serious about this, time to commit. As opposed to, say, when you are a PM already, now that you're in, you need to earn trust, deliver value, and build momentum. So understand the mindsets across each stage and also each of the stage, all of the stage areas, all of the development areas that you have to focus on. So step 3 is you want to customize your wins. There's a bunch of wins that I put into here. These are just basically suggested solutions to help you solve these constraints that you have about breaking into product management. You can replace them, customize them to what you think that works for you. Yeah, but the constraint itself, I would leave that in there. Don't change it, because that's basically what I have seen so many people have hit the roadblock on, and you have to solve all of this in order for you to get to the next stage. So for example, if you're an unofficial PM, you know the concepts, but you're still learning through doing, right? So you can't change that constraint, because that is a constraint that everyone has when they go through the unofficial PM stage. But what you can do is you might be able to change the quick wins. So instead of applying what you learned by solving quick problems at work, what you can do is you can just jump into a project within a product manager's team and just become an associate product manager for free and working with them. Or maybe you might have a friend who's building a business, a side hustle, and you can actually just apply your knowledge, your product knowledge into the side hustle. Or maybe another way to do it is you can join a hackathon and become the product manager in those hackathons. So yeah, constraints are constrained, but you can't change them. But the solution, you can customize it to what fits you. But start with these if you're stuck. The step 4 is you want to start to set some deadlines for you to track your progress. Deadlines are extremely important because it forces us as humans to prioritize our time on the right things. For tasks that don't have deadlines, we usually fill out our efforts according to that deadline that we have. So if we think we've got 3 weeks to do something, we'll fill out our time and work with 3 weeks of work. But if we set this up to be next week, we actually fill up our workload and what we focused on to the 7-day period. So deadlines are extremely important. And this is something that a product manager do all the time when they are managing a roadmap. They have deadlines that they have to build towards. And while we're here, we can talk about statuses too. It's the same thing. So deadline and status, not started, blocked, in progress, and done. And last 2 things, identify what might get in your way, some potential blockers, and also how you would make it happen and overcome these challenges and blockers. A common problem a lot of people breaking into product management make is that they come up with these excuses and ideas of, oh, I'm moving a house in 2 weeks. I don't have time to do this. Or start a family very soon and I don't want to do this. And that's fine. These might be legitimate reasons. But if you don't write them down, you never be able to face these impediments. And those things become fears on the back of your mind. And it's always playing out into every single decision that you make. Writing down your impediments and writing down what might get you in your way allows you to take accountability for that impediment. And moving on to the next part, which is how can you make it happen, allows you to start thinking about solutions of how to overcome this. For example, let's take the moving house. You might be moving house in 2 weeks, but you can still listen to a podcast, right? You can still listen to the course or the self-paced course on the background in between you moving boxes. You could be having a baby in 3 weeks, and that's fine, but you're going to take 1 or 2 weeks off. After you take that 1 or 2 weeks off, you probably have to think about, okay, what do I do now? Do I go back to work and pretend this never happened? Or do I set aside 1 hour every single morning as I'm feeding the baby, I'm learning product management. So it's your call, but writing it down allows you to face those impediments, those excuses, those things that you create in your mind, and making stuff more concrete. And this comes back to the point I made earlier around hope is not a strategy, luck is not a factor, fear is not an option. You got to make things happen. That's the only way for you to find a fulfilling career. So that's how you can fill out the breaking the PM transition. So add in the wins by when status, what gets in your way, how can you make it happen? And that's a very good start to what you do. And if you get stuck, we have meetups at Product Academy that you can join, and we can walk through a monthly review. Once you have filled out the tracker, then you should review this on a monthly basis. You should schedule a monthly review and ask yourself, what did you complete? What got in the way? And what was the next priority? And that's important for you to do this every single month. Invite into your calendar and remind yourself to do this every single month. If you need some help, if you need some motivation, a group of people to do this together, we run monthly meetups at Product Academy to keep you accountable as well. So we can jump on our monthly meetups, which you get from emails. You can jump on and we talk about what have you done, what progress have you made, and also learn from others that are also on this journey. And we share resources and learnings along the way. And while we're speaking about resources, this is the link to all the resources that I've talked about in this module. By the time you see this list, probably already grown and might migrate to a different database. But these are just different tools and resources that you can use to get you started. These things will always change. So be resourceful and find your own path forward and solve those impediments that might get in your way.